Walking to our mat, finding our footing, and bringing awareness to the top of our head where the amygdala is located, and reminding ourselves as we imagine that walnut-sized part of the brain in the center of the brain that we are in our own safe space here together virtually. I'm taking my feet wider, and you might also want to find what is best for you. This is the occipital base where I just pointed, and it is the sensing part of the brain. So to create a sense of physical ease in that area is essential to be able to maximize the connecting to our body. Just, I'm here, allowing this shifting to happen, the torso and shoulders, and now I'm rolling up. I'm changing my relationship to the mat, so I'm turning to the side of what I've designated as my practice mat space, and I'm demonstrating this low back, thoracic, mid back, neck, the cervical vertebrae along the neck. This stretch that is transpiring throughout so many parts of the body. Taking my feet wide here, and my hands, our hands can be facing forward, to the sides, or to the back. And as you can see, it's optional how long we stay here. So I'm continuing to show you this posture from various directions. And the impetus is on you to guide yourself to where you need to be on your own time, according to your own felt needs. So whereas I am now jumping to go to plank and then allowing my knees to slowly come down and my buttocks have come toward my heels, you might still be in one of the previous variations in listening to the genius of your own body, your own bodily needs. TCY, we try to make the movements as simple as possible so that we can start to sense the body more wherever we decide, we determine is best for us based off of our felt needs. Here I'm lengthening my toe away from the pelvis to create more of an extension along the whole front body, stretching the viscera along the stomach and torso. With my arms shoulder width apart, this is a gentle compression in the low back. And encouraging natural breath. For me, that is sometimes exhaling through my mouth, sometimes exhaling through my nose. It's important for me and all of us to sense what kind of breath is most going to cater to easing any unnecessary tension in any posture or body movement. I'm lifting up one leg at a time. This repetition is very soothing on the central nervous system, which can help to activate the autonomic branch of the parasympathetic to create some sense of reliability and consistency in our bodily movements. Shaking out, as you see me doing here, this is golden for helping to neutralize any sense of over-awareness of a bodily sensation arms extended wider than shoulders, squeezing any unnecessary toxins that might be sitting in the kidneys there, squeezing them out of the body just by natural effect of staying here, holding this posture down, and slowly easing down. I'm taking my hands interlaced and my thumbs at that occipital base where the brainstem is that I mentioned earlier, to apply any kind of gentle pressure with my thumbs that feels appropriate in my own body. And you might also want to explore what caters to building into a greater sense of comfort, ease, pleasure in being here today, together, riding the wave of breath and energy that is ever present in the physical body. Using my arm strength, I have pressed myself up. You might find it best to stay where you were. My hands, I'm taking closed hands underneath my legs and gently rocking, also fantastic for the autonomic nervous system. My forehead is resting down so that there's no strain on that occipital base at the back of the head. We learned so much in our TCY 30-hour and 200-hour training, and this is some of it. This self-soothing here, the sweeping of the hands, helps to self-regulate in the central nervous system, and the autonomic branch of the parasympathetic can be positively triggered. We're working to move our experience in the direction that builds into the results that we want and the felt states of being that we want in our lives, and that's going to feel different for everybody. So remember to stay connected to the felt sense. I've taken my left leg forward and I'm noticing, gauging, assessing what's happening for me right now in my own body. If I take my fingertips along my torso, along the rib cage, I start to feel a sense of relief, gastrointestinally, also greater constriction and control, sense of mastery in the muscles in the erector spinae along the spine are supporting more because my core is feeling super integrated. I'm staying with this down here. You might opt to be up, switching out my legs. It might be more of a walking instead of a hopping or jumping or leaping. You might walk 1 foot at a time. It's up to you. As is everything in TCY. More so, TCY is a call to listen inwardly at such a deeper, more nuanced level than we are accustomed to doing. Here are body sweeps with the open palm of the hand. This is an option. So is how far we sink our pelvis forward and down, or back and up. I've come to the front of my mat here and I'm resting down into a squat. There's another option to keep the buttocks up on the same plane as the knees, resting the neck muscles. For here, I'm staying down here and I'm taking my thumbs along the jawline, drawing circles with the thumbs. And now tucking my elbows inside of the inner thigh, applying neutral pressure between the elbow and the leg and the elbow. Turning the energy in the palms of my hands back toward myself. Maintaining natural breath. There's no specific tempo for the breath or direction, except do what allows you to breathe naturally. Sometimes that means different approaches to breath, and they're all okay if they help you regulate your body. So rather than feeling nervous about breathing properly or not, just as we're lifting, if you are here doing these overhead stretches from the support of the rooted arm, if you're coming down or you're going to stay and do some more of that repetitious, self-soothing movement, please do. I'm coming here to settle into the energy that I've created up until this point. I need to sit in the center of all of this positive, massive change that's transpiring within my body. You might choose to stay here longer in stillness, or you might follow any kind of arm movement that supports. For me, this raising my arms over my head is creating more strength along the muscles along my spine, which is going to spill over into my day-to-day activities, where I have newfound freedom in being able to sit up straight, and the support that happens in my lungs and my internal organs from being able to comfortably sit up straight because of the bit of work that we're doing here to stretch along the side body, abdomen, and back muscles. This includes the neck and the head. Natural breathing. What does that mean for you right now? Is your body asking for a longer inhale to bring more energy, stoke more fires internally? Or is your body asking for a longer exhale to feel your roots more and decompress from an otherwise possibly a hectic or full week? What do you need right now? You might say, I need to lay down for a second. That's available here too. I'm coming here to stretch into my groin, interlacing my fingers to cradle around my toes and feet. And the more that I move my legs up and down, the more I'm going to create blood circulation. And you too, if you try it, to the internal organs, to the organs belly button and below, right below the belly button, healthy reproductive organs, healthy blood flow to all the areas from the navel below. We spend a lot of time in our head and our hands, on our computers. So getting the lower portion of ourselves stoked about being here too is essential for balanced sensing of the whole body, and that is the best way to prevent any kind of discomfort or injury on or off the mat, learning how to sense our body. So here is alternate nostril breath. On the back, notice that my body feels that moving the heels beyond where the knees are creates a greater sense of space along the back. And now this gentle prodding with my fingertips, again, under and around the rib cage, helping to loosen up any unnecessary guttural tension. This will help in all the stretches that require a torso elongation. If we can get in there and self-soothe to encourage greater opening in our physical selves. I'm bringing my knees to my chest and my hands under my knees. My head is staying down because my arms are long enough and my hips and low back are open just enough that I can reach. This might call for you to keep your chin tucked and the back, the tip of your tongue pressing into the back of the two front teeth to help just strengthen the front neck muscles if you do need to have your head elevated. If you're even here, you might have found something that your body is calling to you to practice, and as long as you are determining what you need based off of sensing. So we want to learn how to heighten our senses. So here, theoretically, this is a very simple movement, bringing the knee in toward the forehead in toward the knee as the arms sweep around. It's all optional. Maybe you want to keep the leg all the time in closer toward the body instead of bringing the knee farther away from you if you're practicing on one of the sides of your body. Again, there's never any need to directly model everything I'm doing. Sometimes if we can do one thing really well, it creates a sense of connection. And of course, we're getting the added benefit of exercise. So there's really never any room to find fault or belittle ourselves for doing something differently from other people. This feels really nice, that self-soothing, that rocking. So notice first, if we rewind it, my feet are together and I'm rocking from side to side. Now, my feet are wider than my knees and my knees are rocking from side to side. And I'm bringing my arms into this, which feels so yummy along the pathway to the heart, that artery underneath the arm. Talk about building a healthy, happy heart. Holding it as long as we need to. You might continue, you might pause here. You might find the need to straighten out the hairline here so your back of your neck is more comfortable. Shaking out the upper body as I just did. What's your body calling for you to do? I'm looking to go to a shoulder stand here. If I can get the blood to go down to my internal organs from my legs and my hips and my feet, I might be able to create more oxygen, fresh blood supply to all the organs, including my brain. This is a wonderful reset. My navel is always drawing close to my spine here throughout this entire movement, not just the apex of the movement or the height of the movement, but in the transitions, especially of getting into and readjusting within the posture. Sometimes we want to try to get our hands to go down our back more. And as we ease out, so for me, having my hands on the backs of my legs feels really supportive here. bringing forehead to knees, and then feeling the legs move away from the body to open up the front body that was just compressed in that shoulder stand. So now we're finding both movements, expansion and constriction, expansion of our sense of bodily self, and then a real deepening and connecting and drawing in toward our bodily experience. And now you might continue. As you can see, I'm here, I'm resting on my back, my feet are together, my knees are out to the side, elbows are bent, my back of my neck is feeling real nice here. I'm wanting to lengthen into final resting posture, or at least make my way in that direction, with my legs resting out to the side and my hands up so that my nervous system is less stimulated by having the palms resting up rather than connecting with any surface. This allows me to go deeper into the felt sense within my body and to acknowledge and integrate all of the shifts that have transpired throughout the practice TCY flow. This is such a nice and gentle practice that builds a lot of versatility and strength and self-listening. So different kinds of strength than muscle tone only, while becoming stronger in the muscle tone as well. Become curious about where your breath ends and where it connects again. And how is the breath flowing in the body? Because as our senses of our physical self changes and shifts, and our minds start to form a narrative around that felt sense, the breath is an anchoring, grounding force that helps to connect us to the possibility of experiencing new sensations and forming new stories around those sensations. Thank you for being in this TCY practice today. My name is Jo Standing, and I'm here for you throughout your journey. We're excited about our 30-hour and 200-hour program here online, wherever you are, and we're looking forward to connecting with you soon. Thanks for being here. Stay here as long as you need. Aloha.